This is some. It's some.
What's up, y'all? It's episode 27, the last episode of 2020. We just gonna run down pretty much on this episode how 2020 went from January till now, and we were just talking about a new type of social media. What's it called? Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's it's like invite only too. You know.
So like, how did that work actually?
Somebody got to invite you, and I'm still learning, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I fell
Okay.
into it.
Say what?
It's a social media, but you got to be invited into it, and it's just kind of like this, but it's just audio. You see somebody's profile picture, and
Oh, shit.
and everybody just talking. It's kind of like this, man. But I've been in rooms with record execs and actors and voice, just all kinds of stuff, man. And I'm still learning my way through it, but it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. You have to send me an invite or something.
For sure.
I don't know how that works. I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm still learning too, but it's something else, man. It's crazy, But the access to the the networking ability, and
They call you a closet
just
alcoholic, but you ain't in the closet with that shit. You just all the way out there with it.
look, I'm getting pinged and stuff right now from Clubhouse here.
Hey, but did you see about that dude in Tennessee? What was that? He bombed that the RV bomber.
Oh, in Tennessee,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten
Tennessee.
I haven't gotten any updates on like did they catch anybody on it or anything
No,
like
he
that?
blew himself up.
Oh, that was the remains they found.
Yeah.
Police might have had some police that was suspect.
Well, the dude for sure that was a suspect.
You ain't hear about that?
He blew himself up.
I heard he was warning people too. He was driving. He was he had a warning message playing over a loudspeaker.
Oh wow. No, I
in
didn't know.
that RV. Yeah. That's the clip I saw. I just saw little clips, online about it, man. I really didn't see too much about it, but I heard about it. And I heard they found some human remains. But then I also heard that wasn't nobody besides him killed. I don't know if that's true or not.
They said like 3 people got injured and that was it.
Right. Yeah. That could have been. But what would be his MO if he going around warning people and then go blow some shit up? Like, hey, y'all, get out the way. I'm about to blow this shit up. I mean, what was that all about?
You got to listen to the warning, probably. Whatever the warning was.
Right. He was doing a social experiment. Let me see how many people pay attention. We shouldn't be laughing about this shit.
No, that's messed up, but I got one joke about it. He pulled a cheddar bomb.
Yo.
Cheddar Bob.
Yeah, cheddar bomb. Cheddar bomb.
Oh, dang, that's going to go down in history, the cheddar bomb. Cheddar bomb, man.
Okay.
I'm
done.
I can't remember what movie I was watching, but they said it was something about some shit over in the Middle East, and they was looking for somebody that did some shit, some type of bombing or something. It's like the average person that make bombs, most of them motherfuckers done lost a finger or a whole hand. And
yeah.
Yeah, no that's the good bomb makers. They missing a limb or something.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Don't fuck around and add too much shit.
Do yourself up.
Like, you somebody missing a finger? Yeah, I'm gonna learn from him.
Yeah, because he only missing the finger. That's all he missing. Yeah, no doubt. So 2020, man, this has been a trip.
Yeah.
But a lot of things have come to light. That's why I find it interesting. 2020, like 2020 vision.
Or Mad Dog 2020.
That too.
Man.
That's like polar opposite. You ain't got no good vision with that Mad Dog. Can't see shit. All right.
Hey.
How everybody doing?
What's good? What's good? Who that is?
Hey, we talking about
Ash.
Oh, what's up, Ash?
Ash
Not to be confused with Ash the Man.
Yeah.
Right.
What you doing? What you went and did? Shave, both?
Man, went and got a little lineup and whatnot, man. You
I
know,
knew something looked different.
look like I'm about 18 again.
Like
Yeah.
Jesus.
For
But
sure.
yeah. We just talking about 2020, everything that happened in it. It's the last show of the year. So
Recap on the year of all the events. You know what's crazy is like what happened out there in Portland, Oregon. And then after they all that nonsense went on, they was like, you know what? Let's just legalize drugs.
Yeah, that was wild.
Up out there, didn't it?
That's
Yeah.
wild. Yeah. I don't know if I'm with all that either, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
in other countries,
definitely, but dang, I mean, you want meth, you want people to be able to go to the corner store and get like meth and cocaine, though, for real. You know what I'm saying? That
but you gotta think about it. In places that do that, the crime is low. Right?
Yeah,
Everybody dead.
But a whole lot of other shit is high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They said Mexico. They said Mexico legalized cocaine in their country.
They better have.
I will say, like,
come through there.
Yeah. I will say, like, we have a tendency to want things more when it's taboo. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see that. Like, countries where it ain't no drinking age, it ain't nothing. Like where my wife is from, Belize, it ain't no drinking age. So it ain't nothing for a 14-year-old to have a glass of wine with their dinner. You know what I'm saying? And it's not such a demand for the shit. Like, oh, I can't do it. So when I turn a certain age, you know, I'm gonna do it to death. You know what I'm saying? So I do see that. I do see that concept of it, though. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Is that somebody talking or a TV?
That's April. Mo cuz house.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So what's y'all plans? What's y'all plans for next year? You know what? Let me say this. I don't want to be that guy, but it's my understanding that. No, I don't make that. I don't make those. But
right.
But you know, the new year, wouldn't it make sense that a new beginning, a new cycle is when everything on the earth is growing and springing up and stuff?
Told, I'm happy.
So spring ain't really a new year. You know, this coming up weekend.
Winter is when everything is dead. So I was told that April Fool's is actually the new year, and they fool everybody to believe in January 1st.
Boom! There you go. That's what I was getting at. Like I said, I didn't want to be that guy, but you know, that's basically what I was getting at. Yep, and that's where the whole April Fool's came from. Yep, they got us all thinking.
Come this April 1st, though, I don't think it's gonna be a joke.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Not at all, man. I just
Dr. Fauci and Joe Biden both said that we ain't even seen the worst of the coronavirus yet, so they predicting that it's gonna get worse than this.
Yeah, and a lot of that is judging from the last pandemic we had in this country in the early 1900s, and that's what the second wave killed the most people. So
They act like the coronavirus ain't doing enough. They came out with a whole nother disease now.
Well, no,
it's a strand. Go ahead.
They got the first case in the U.S. They just announced.
Oh, that new strand.
The new strand.
Yeah, Colorado.
But that's what all viruses do. They mutate. They get stronger. You know what I'm saying? Just like the flu.
Like skin.
You know.
Like
Colorado.
What's that?
I managed to make it from the UK all the way to Colorado.
That's what I was trying to figure out too. I mean,
people travel.
It mutates.
All that takes is one person.
But
it take one person to travel. You know what I mean? That's all it takes.
He was like a non-traveler though too. So
really?
right now they're doing contact tracing right now.
Yeah, he came in contact with somebody that been over there. You know, I'm not clear on how long it lasts on material shit, but that's a factor too. You know, with mail and all of that. I'm not sure.
I don't think they know that yet.
They keep changing it.
Right, because they don't know.
Yeah.
That's why they keep changing it. They guess it just like we guess.
They keep changing it because the virus keep mutating.
Yeah, I'm just trying to let y'all eat. I don't want to a little bit.
Yeah, because I mean, this corona ain't new. I know y'all know it's not new. It's just a new
Thing
strain
to
of it.
us.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's been around for a while.
yeah, because they got it on the back of the
Is
Lysol
they
can.
still
Right. But usually it
they still
manifests
saying it
itself.
came from a bat?
Went the wrong way.
No. That's been debunked. But you know, it's it usually manifests in like just a common cold. You know, a lot of people with the common cold, you know, it's that coronavirus that give them symptoms. You know what I'm saying? But it's never been a strain that did this much damage. You know, that
Right, they made
attacked
that
your
shit stronger.
organs and all that shit. You know, and attack your respiratory system like that. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
cold does too. But
that Rona
yeah, I
breaks
don't
you
know.
down.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all think about this vaccine. Y'all go. I know y'all touched on that before too. But y'all gonna get it?
I'm gonna
Nah.
I'm gonna wait and see.
I
No,
changed
I'm
my
not
mind.
getting it. I ain't getting it.
But did you get
I'm
a chance to check out the last episode?
Yeah, I changed my
me?
mind by getting that.
Because
What
we had two doctors on there. They were talking about it. I mean, they
Yeah, that's why I said I changed my mind about it. It was a nurse on there said she got it, and it messed up
Yeah,
the whole left side of her face. She can't even smile.
Bell palsy.
Cerebral palsy. Yeah, got
Yeah,
them folks
Bell
looking like
Yeah,
they
palsy.
didn't had a stroke.
Yeah,
yeah,
I never took a flu shot. I mean, it's a rule of thumb, man. Anything that's not natural, you ain't supposed to consume in your body.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And most of the shit that we eat on a daily basis, or the lotions and all that stuff, we do enough of that anyway on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
the
what's breaking our
vaccine,
immune system down.
right? That's what's giving us cancers and all that stuff. The stuff we eat, the stuff that we put on our body. You know, it ain't natural. If it ain't, you know, an animal or something that grew out the ground without being molecularly changed, which they doing that, or modified, which they doing that to our food too. You know what I mean? Like most of the stuff that we eat now still ain't natural. You know,
yeah, a lot of
especially the majority of it. You know, but you know, with that being said, I'd rather rely on my God-given immune system. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I think it's healthier. Like if you build antibodies to it, it's stronger than an artificial form of that. You get what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
And
yeah,
hmm
yeah.
I don't. That's just what the way I'm looking at it. I don't knock nobody that you know got a different view on it, but that's just mine. You know, I don't. You know, I can't trust no
All of
vaccine.
this, man. I was talking to Cuz about it and shit, and I'm like, shit, the average person that came in contact with it, if the motherfucker ain't dead,
Yeah,
it's just because they not supposed to die from it. That's just how it
right,
is.
right.
You know what I
I
mean?
talked to
That's like
two
that's
different doctors. Yeah, two different doctors told me that in the beginning of the shit that everybody gonna get it. It's just you don't know how your body's gonna fight it off. Some people have a better
immune system.
ability. Yeah, a better
hmm
ability to fight it off. And some people it just, you know, they can't take it. Just like, you know, some people are allergic to grass and some people ain't. You know what I mean? Like me, if I get the sniffling and shit around cut grass or
Yeah,
certain trees and shit, but somebody else can walk by it and be cool. You know, so these viruses kind of get people the same way too. You know, some people
yeah.
they just get a little, you know, a little mild symptoms. Some people they take them out.
I
You
need
know,
one of these too.
just depend on the person, really.
right, right. But I won't be taking it. You know,
Well, you take it in two parts too. Like take one, and then like 3 weeks or something like that, you take the rest
Well,
of it.
that's different because the Moderna one is the one where it's like 2 shots. I don't think Pfizer doing that.
Oh, okay.
so it's like a booster. They give you one and then give you a booster
Yeah.
later.
Damn,
Okay.
I shouldn't have got that much of this. This
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
him about to kill me.
But yeah, starting from January, what was going on before COVID?
I think the
There was
COVID
nothing going
actually.
on before COVID. COVID dropped in October. I mean, it was
But
cases over
no,
here in America. It just wasn't that big of a deal until around March.
people didn't wasn't hip to. I think I had it in late November of last year. You know, I think I had a second bout with it in January of this year before we even heard anything about the COVID. You know, and then when I start seeing all the symptoms and all this different shit, I'm like, damn, I think that's what I had. You know what I'm saying? Before I
Yeah.
even heard it on the news. So, you know, of course, you know, by the time something like that get to the news, it's already happening. I mean, you know what I mean. Everybody else just getting hit to it. You know, I didn't hear nothing about no COVID or Corona or nothing, but I was sick as hell. Like, you know, I could count on one hand how many times I got like flu. I just thought I had the flu real bad because, you know, I had the flu, you know, a few times in my life, and that was one of them. And so I was like, man, this one kicking my ass though. You know what I'm saying? And it had lingering effects. Like to this day, I still like my breathing ain't 100% like it was. So yeah, I think I had. I ain't got tested, but I believe I already had it.
After that though, you know, BLM disappeared, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, but you know that BLM only come around every once in a while, man. But like I said, that take it back to that shit's agenda based. You know what I mean? Because they stopped making noise back in Ferguson, Missouri after that whole incident with
They killed
Darren
that dude.
Seals.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Darren Seals died, you ain't hearing nothing else about that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You notice.
And that's
You notice that's how they do most leaders. That's gonna do something though. You know, they take out the leader that's gonna make some difference. You know, and then that shit died down. You know,
they got it's a documentary on Netflix, but it's like a comedy satire of a documentary about 2020. As got Samuel L. Jackson in it, Lisa Kudrow, like two big names. And they just talk about everything that happened in the beginning of 2020. They basically touched on everything that we talked about. Like it's amazing to see how everybody after George Floyd, how everybody forgot about the Rona and was out there protesting and whatnot. Still people in behind that. You try to tell people about Antifa and Black Lives Matter and how that tie into the Democratic Party and George Soros and all that shit. Motherfuckers, man. People out here sweet, man.
Yeah. What's the show called on Netflix?
Shit. I think it's called I Hate 2020.
Okay. I gotta check that out.
Another thing about
man, I watched it this morning. It was alright, man. It wasn't really. I mean, it's supposed to be funny. I ain't really laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? I had a few giggles here and there, but basically touching on a lot of stuff like what was it? Something that Trump had did. The real reason why Trump was supposed to be getting impeached, and then how, you know, the people that's speaking for Trump, how they would try to deny that shit even though they had the proof in black and white. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the type of shit that really be going on.
I still don't understand how people blindly follow him. You know, he even said, you know, I could shoot somebody in the face or some shit in broad day and they'll still follow him. And he wasn't lying, man. And I don't understand how though. Like, are they seeing the same shit? Are they hearing the same words come out this motherfucker mouth and still blindly follow, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's true though. I mean, what he said.
Yeah.
Hey, man. What the hell you on here for if you ain't gonna talk, man? You on here
because I don't want to smack. I don't want to smack in y'all ear, dog. I'm over here trying to.
Yeah, I was looking at the mute and I still heard you.
Oh wow. But yeah, man, I'm done. You know, done. I'm done even now. I was finna tap back in. I'm finna get ready to go to the house anyway.
But
be riding and talking.
But yeah, we lost people unexpected this year too. A lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of people
Yeah.
died.
Yep.
Y'all see Ecstasy from Houdini? Y'all see Ecstasy from Houdini? Yeah. He was only 56.
I thought he was way older than that though.
No, he's 56, man. Yeah.
So he started when he was young. He was young when they started.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about it, man. That's only a little bit. I mean, what was that? The 80s? Yes, when they was about 84 when Friends and all that came out. So yeah, they was like upper teens, I guess.
Yeah, young as hell.
Yeah, that was dope though. That's class. That's timeless music right there.
Did he die from the Rona or that was from something else?
I don't know.
They still looking into that.
I got them dope.
And you would expect, being that young, I would expect it though.
How many famous people died from the actual the virus?
Say what?
I know
How
that.
many
Yeah, I
famous
know
people
that.
actually died from the virus?
Oh, the count wise, it's been a few.
You really can't really. I mean, it's really a blind number for real because they said
Yeah,
some people
Yeah.
died from natural causes but throwed it on COVID.
Yeah, that's true too.
and like
Yeah.
Debo, that's in the air too.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. That was about what, maybe a month ago, less than a month.
Yeah,
Mhm.
They said
Hey, I told Roman, I told my son about Debo dying, and he was like, "What?" Because that's been his favorite character since he was like 5, Roman. And so I was like,
Mm.
"Hey, man," I was like, when I heard, I came down, I was like, "Roman, man, Debo died." And he was like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "When did he die?" And I said, "Yesterday." And he said with a straight face, he said, "It had to be a Friday."
Oh wow,
And he wasn't trying to be funny, but you know what I'm saying?
the
It
irony
had to
though.
be a
Yeah,
Friday. Right? I'm like, no, how? You know what I'm saying?
you should
How,
you
man?
should have did that virus like you did that bitch.
Right. Right. Hell yeah. Man. Icon, dude.
Yeah.
Iconic dude, yeah. No doubt. So yeah, so let's get back to what's y'all plans for resetting or regrouping for next year? Because this year been crazy as hell, to say the least.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
ain't
Try to
thinking nothing but
prepare. Be
continue to keep
prepared more
motherfuckers
better.
working.
Prepare for a better, yeah,
I know
definitely.
been doing that. I got a few more things that I can still be out here buying and trying to get. But man, I just tell everybody like this, man, this day to day, don't really know what this is, what's going on. Like my personal opinion, I think the vaccine is the mark of the beast, and I think they pushing everybody towards that. The thing about that is like you got to be able to choose. That's just like the same thing what they say about the Illuminati. They can't trick you into selling your soul. You got to know what
You
you're
gotta
doing.
do it. You gotta, yeah, exactly. They gotta put it right in your face. Yeah. Um.
right.
Yeah. This is. I mean, even if it wasn't like that aspect, as far as like it being a mark or whatever, it just still don't seem like a good look to me. It is kind of crazy how like in Revelations how it talk about you ain't gonna be able to eat
Yeah, I
or
mean when we
buy
going through
food
that,
and all that stuff, and it's like I can see how they're trying to set it up to where you can't work if you can get this. Some
Yeah.
places require it already.
Yep.
yeah, they
You can't do
already
this.
asking for test paperwork,
Right. So
testing, all
yeah, you
applications.
gotta have right. So I can see that correlating with that big time, no doubt. But yeah, I know I'm not getting it. I know whatever. I know I'm not getting it.
I mean, it's
Fuck
still a
that.
food shortage, and people don't see that. I done. They were saying after Thanksgiving that the truck drivers supposed to go on a strike. I don't think that ever happened, but if it would have, it would have been really hard. For this month. Yeah, Thanksgiving, December,
Mhm.
yeah, right afterwards. So yeah, it would have been really hard this month. But if you go in the grocery stores and pay attention, man, I mean, it's food in there, but it's not like what it
Yeah,
used to.
it's scarce. Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah,
that's the thing too. I think that's that's induced. I mean, we shouldn't
yeah,
we shouldn't have no food shortage. There shouldn't be no homeless. It's the system that creates that. It's enough shit on
Yep.
this planet for everybody to have first their basic needs: shelter, food, warmth, and all that. Nobody should be homeless. It's this fake ass
we know
system that
for a
got us.
fact since they started making GMO food, it definitely shouldn't be no food shortage.
Right, right, yeah,
You know
Yeah,
what I
but
exactly.
who
mean?
gonna take their chances with that though?
I mean, we already been
We
eating
all
it. We've
do.
been eating
We
food
all
every
do.
day. We consume it
Cause
every day.
we,
Hey,
yeah,
okay.
that what I was
When's the
about to
last
How
say.
time?
many people going to the
What's
grocery store and buying seedless watermelon?
I was just about to say that. When's the last time y'all had a watermelon, and when's the last time you seen a seed in that motherfucker? That's exactly what I was about to see.
I
You
don't
couldn't
really
Even the
grip.
fuck with the
oranges.
watermelon. The
So I'm trying
oranges
to
ain't
figure
got
out
no
how
seeds
they
I,
in
do
them
that
either.
though. Like how they make a seedless watermelon.
They modify the genetics of it to
they
where
scientifically create that.
in
That's
in the
man made.
lab, and then they grow the seed or whatever. Then it grows it, but it doesn't have seeds in it.
Wow.
They
Same thing
basically
with
made it to where it
Wow.
couldn't reproduce,
my
pretty
boo.
much, because the seeds
Yep.
will produce other plants or whatever.
And
So
we
they
ain't
I don't
supposed
basically
to
know,
don't
eat.
want you to. They don't want you
but
to grow watermelons on your own, basically.
nah.
Well, you can now, but No, they just want to create.
When the Rona first hit and they had that shutdown, for a minute, you couldn't go out and buy no seeds or farm, no nothing like that.
And which I was trying to understand about that. Like, you couldn't get seeds. I'm like, why they don't want people to have seeds?
Right.
They don't
Same reason why they don't want you to collect rainwater.
Exactly.
Because they can't get money off of it. They can't control it.
Wow.
Same reason. Yeah.
The government fucked up, but I ain't lying.
Yeah, but you know what? 2020, we discussing all of that, and more people are seeing shit like that.
Yeah.
2020 vision. That's why I said that. You know what I mean? A lot of people get exposed, and people are, things are being revealed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people call shit conspiracy theory, but some shit just ain't a conspiracy theory. It's a fucking conspiracy.
Well, it ain't no conspiracy when you can see it happening in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people choose to still ignore it. That's just like this whole situation with the Pizzagate and Epstein, and when he killed himself. Man, that man ain't kill himself, man. And,
he definitely killed himself.
You think so? There's so many details around it to where it's kind of shady for the cameras to be broke.
You don't know. And then they locked up, what was it, the girlfriend? She was the girlfriend or something like that. They locked her up, and then she was begging to get put on population. They had her on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If she was fearing for her life by the general population, she ain't trying to get put on Gen Pop. She gonna stay on PC. So something was going on with that.
Right. Yeah, they keep all that hush. And another thing that they do is they flood the internet with a lot of misinformation too. So they have us trying to figure out all this crazy shit, when they doing the plain in your face shit right in front of our face,
But I commend them people that get out and at least try to look or figure out what the hell going on, because most people would be like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care nothing about it. Not realizing how it's really affecting you.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, this
crazy world.
Yeah, it's been a whole lot of changes this way, man. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm about to walk away from a promising career, to chase my dreams, and that's scary. But I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to have
chances make champions.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's nice. That's some comfort. I work for the railroad, man. That's some good bread. I know if I do this, I get this much money. But the lifestyle is horrible. And it's like it's damn near like slavery. They pretty much own you. Like when I get off a train, all I know is I got 10 hours that they can't call me. That's all. That's imagine doing that for 15 years. Like people saying, "What you doing this holiday?" I don't know, because they can call. I gotta watch my phone because after 10 hours, I'm allowed. And we had to fight for that 10 hours. It used to be 8. So from the time you get off the train, by law, it's a federal law that they couldn't call us for 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? So we had to fight for that. Now it's 10 hours. But 10 hours ain't shit. It's 24 in a day. So if you're on a train for 12 hours and then you figure you want to get at least 6 hours of sleep, you got to eat. You know what I'm saying? And then at the hotels, when you're out of town, that's one thing. But then when you home, that's another thing. You got 10 hours in your home state too. So you gotta answer the question your son asks you about his homework. You gotta if I want to do this week.
10 hours go by.
You gotta spend time. Yeah, you ain't got no man. It's been like weeks where like I didn't see my son awake. You know what I'm saying? Either I was asleep or he was asleep. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't no way to live, man. It's good bread.
Not to mention the people that got families in other cities too.
Oh yeah, it's some of that too. They got families on both sides of the rail, but I ain't gonna get into that. I ain't gonna tell. You know what I'm saying? They get off the train in this place. Hi, Daddy. Get off the train in this place. Hi, Daddy.
Damn. That's like a truck driving job right there.
No, I couldn't do that, man. Ain't no fucking way. I ain't got the energy for that shit, man, or the patience for that.
Your phone will be ringing in all different kind of states. Like your baby need this, your baby need that.
No doubt.
It was this chick that wrote this book. I can't remember her whole name, but Ali was in it somewhere, and she was talking about the state of the black woman and how they got to be that way they is and how they gonna be in the future. And like she was damn so spot on with that shit, man. I can't think of her. I want to say it's like Shazala Zard Ali or something like that, man. Y'all probably done heard of her. I just can't say her name
Mhm.
right now.
So what was she saying as far as how they got to the point there? Now I'm sure they mentioned the welfare system.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff, man, and how the women don't want to be submissive to the man and how
Submissive.
they talk to the man now. You know what I'm saying, and all of that
Right.
stuff. That was like she was going on to explain like how only in every other community in the or should we say race in the world, the man is the backbone of of their family structure, their unit, and all of that of their
He's the
culture.
head. He's the
Yeah,
head.
but
Yeah.
only in Black America is it that supposedly that the woman is the backbone of culture. In the Bible, I want it's somewhere in Leviticus. It's like, do not prostitute thy daughter, or the kingdom will turn to whoredom and all of this shit. Man, I can't think of it verbatim word for word. I don't even know the exact.
I'm hip though. Yeah, I know
But
what
they
you're talking
speak
about.
about it, man, and then you see it. It's real prevalent in today's society, man. It's crazy.
Hmm.
I know that's kind of like off topic, but it ain't really. You know what I mean? Because
Not
if you
really.
look at
No.
like that WAP song dropped in 2020, right? Or
Hmm.
2019.
2020.
2020.
Yeah, okay. So that was like the number one song, this, that, and the third. Now think about how raunchy the song is technically degrading the women. But if you say
Hmm.
something about it, it's an issue. Even though, like, okay, so Snoop said something about it, a couple of other cats said something about it too, and the broad's like, well, how can you sit there with, you know what I'm saying? Because basically being a hypocrite, considering the fact that
Yeah, because look at Luke. Look at Luke. Pop that coochie and all that. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Look at So I see that too.
And
But go
Snoop
ahead, my
has
bad.
chicks on leashes though, walking around with him too. So
Right. We can't have the double standards. But I mean, I get
no,
what you're saying. I get what you're
Been
saying.
brainwashed.
All of that shit is toxic, man. The
it's definitely
99%, 99% of what we consume, whether it be entertainment or social media, is toxic as hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's set up to be that way. And think
man. I've
about
been
it. Some of
watching.
some of that's our fault. Like
It is a lot
if
of it
we
is our fault.
if we consume it, like what would you rather watch? Like a instructional video or a fight video or an ass shaking video? If you scrolling through YouTube and you see a thumbnail and it says how to start an LLC or how to get a certain, you know what I mean, something instructional,
Yeah,
education, and then you
it's
see a fat ass or you see a fight, which one are you going to be
I'm
drawn
watching
to
that.
first?
I'm thinking different. You just a light bulb just went off.
You know what I'm
How to get
saying?
an LLC for a stripping fight club?
Hey, to be
Boom,
honest, the
Boom.
type of
mind
person I
blown.
am, I'm gonna watch the educational stuff first. To be honest,
I figured that about you though, but you know the majority.
yeah, the
Majority
vast
wouldn't be
majority,
like
oh,
that.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
fighting and
Yeah.
ass shaking. Ain't nobody caring
right,
about
right.
me. It's everybody else's fault that they can't get hit.
Yeah, yep, exactly, man. It's because I'm black. You know
Right.
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
if
It's
you
because
go
I'm
back
black.
and look at it, man, like, cause you know how I can ask 10 black people if they done read the Willie Lynch letters. I'm only gonna get maybe at the most two that's gonna say, yeah, I done read that. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
if you actually done read it, and you go back and look through history and everything that they did and look into now, man, that shit still stands to this day.
Yeah, but there's still some debate about the validity of that Willie Lynch. I mean, whether it was, I've read that it was written by a doctor of psychology. I don't know how true that is. I've read an equal amount of things that says that it's historical fact and that it's just that it was invented.
And
But
they say I heard it was like somebody
regardless,
from outside of this country.
It might
regardless
have
of
been,
what,
man.
regardless of whether the actual historical thing took place and that was an actual person named William Lynch, regardless, if you read that, that is what took place. They did apply them tactics to slaves, and you see the
Psychological
characteristics.
warfare.
Yes, and you see the characteristics, and you see the ripples to this day. The relationships with the uh, mother and the son, like how they try to, out of protection, they try to keep the son you know,
Weak and docile.
mentally weak and physically strong to keep them from getting, you know, done the way that they, you know, like, you know how they would torture the dude, torture the slave, and quarter him, you know, tie all his limbs to 4 different horses, and then make that pregnant woman watch them do this to the father.
Yeah.
So they would put that fear, instill that fear into that unborn fetus, and also that fear into the mother. So she, you know, in order to protect her son, she gonna make him do whatever they want him to do, so they don't do that to him. You know what I'm saying?
Think about the events in 2020 and that how they psychologically conditioning everybody now with the social distancing and wearing masks.
Yeah, like we need go ahead.
The herd immunity, which was one of the things they were saying. Well, if everybody get it, you know what I'm saying, and just hurry up, everybody get it, then we'd be all right.
Right.
Because you know everybody not gonna die from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just what it is. It's natural selection. Everybody's not gonna die, even if they do come in contact.
Right. Yeah, herd immunity. Yep. I think, and that's how most diseases run their course. You know what I mean? Like the flu. You know what I mean? After a while, it might kill a lot of people off, but after a while, it spreads so much that we've collectively grown a defense for it, and it's not as horrible. So, but the thing about this is so it hit us so hard. We don't have the means to fight it. Like it was overwhelming the medical facilities. So what they were doing, they weren't trying to really cure it as much as they were trying to minimize it and try to keep it to where it could be met. You know, they had enough space to help people. You know, that's what it was. You know, the hospitals and shit was getting overwhelmed. They couldn't, you couldn't treat everybody. Mm-hmm. So if they slowed it down, you know, then the numbers are lower. You know, they can help people better because, you know, the hospitals ain't gonna be all full and shit. Mm-hmm. You know, because I don't think it's going anywhere. It's not gonna go anywhere. They
ain't already proved it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Yep. Now, will we ever get back to the place where we don't have to go around and wear masks and shit?
No.
You know, I don't know that either.
Until everybody become vaccinated.
Or immune through getting it themselves. Like you said.
The only way they can know that they immune is
herd
for some type of testing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, like once you get that's what a vaccine is all about, is exposing you to something so your body can produce the proper defense to it.
Vaccine, what they call that shit? I gotta think of the word, man. It's what your body produces to fight off the
antibody. Yeah. So we do that naturally. So a vaccine is just creating a synthetic form of that. Well, actually not a synthetic, but they just try to give you a smaller dose of it so your body can, it can kind of jumpstart the antibody, thing.
Yeah, we just had some nurses that was on the week before last that was explaining that. That's exactly what it is. And it's like it's gonna give our body basically what it looked like. This is what it looked like close to it. So anytime our body come in contact with anything that's similar to it, automatically it's gonna be on defense and hurry up and start doing what it needs to do in order to get rid of it. But I mean, you still taking a chance with it because people be like, it's mixed things when you talk about the vaccine. There's people that get the vaccine, they'll get that shot for the flu every year, and every year they get sick. But they say, well, it's better than getting the real flu.
Yeah, no. Another thing we got to worry about is the other shit that they put in the vaccine, like the preservatives and different shit that ain't supposed to be in our body. The stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the virus itself, but the shit that they mixing with the vaccine to keep it, its shelf life and all that different stuff. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's one aspect of it. That's another reason why, because they know that the shit is poison. Just figuring out how little of the poison can they put in us, to not really fuck us up, and they know some people are going to have adverse side effects to it too. They know that.
Get over the fact of how, well, see, that's the thing about it, because we keep talking about information, disinformation. But then, Bill Gates, they say that he's been killing folks in Africa for years, and Haitians and everything for years
Mhm.
just trying to come up with vaccines and shit, and
Mhm.
ain't being touched. She got immunity to it. But if I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, I ain't got no government grant, no nothing, but I'm a scientist. I'm gonna go in the lab and start cooking up some shit to try to cure it myself. And I'll start passing out vaccines to everybody, and they get dropped. I'm a Joe Blow nobody. You know they're gonna lock me up for it. I ain't killed but
Yeah.
5 people testing.
Yeah, you going down.
It's all
Right.
good.
Right. And you can't sue. I mean, before they even had the vaccine ready, they already made it. You know, they passed litigation to where you can't sue these pharmaceutical companies if something happened to you. So how they gonna put that disclaimer out first? Like, hey, if it kill you, you can't come at us for shit. You know, you see all these commercials. Have you taken such and such? You know, did you die?
You
Or is
might
a
have
loved
been
one
entitled
die?
to right. I rolled down a ravine 56 times and went through the windshield, and Sam got me 800,000.
Yeah. So they made it to where you can't even sue Pfizer and what is that?
Well, you
Moderna.
can't anyway. You know, Pfizer here is in if I ain't mistaken, is here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And you know, they run tests on people for just experimental drugs, all type of stuff. So you know, people been getting paid to be getting paid for Pfizer for a long time. But I'm pretty sure they already got some paperwork drawn up, like, you know, sign your name on the dotted line, because if you grow another ear on your forehead, we not liable.
It's right, exactly. So that lets you know. They know it ain't good. They know it ain't cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know it's gonna be some casualties.
Can't you see Pfizer from the highway? The building?
I think from 23, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah.
Is that the headquarters or just a hub?
It's a building. I don't know.
I don't know if it's the headquarters or what, but it's out there. I didn't even know, you know, I grew up Michigan all my life. Domino's Farm, that's the headquarters for Domino's Pizza. I had no idea.
Right. Yeah. Shit, Verner's and Fago, that's the headquarters. Michigan is the and Verner's. I went down south, man. I was in Atlanta and looking in the store for some Verner's, man. And they was like, some what? I was like, y'all don't have Verner's? It was like, no, what is Verner? I was like, ginger ale. They was like, we got Canada Dry. Like, nah, like they ain't got no Verner's. No. I mean, for miles wasn't no Verner's, man. I was mad. The whole 2 weeks I was there, I was mad as hell. Couldn't get no Verner's.
The first time I went to Alabama, I was like 18, and they ain't had no Fago down there. But I came back at like 23, 24, and it was down there. Like, okay.
Yeah. Right. No doubt. But yeah, man, I'm. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, y'all know they starting the stimulus starts dropping tonight.
Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah.
You said what now?
But it ain't 2,000 though. They back down on the 2,000.
They back down on the 2,000. But if anything changed during the process of it being distributed, they're gonna top everybody off. They're gonna get another check for $1,400.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were saying the 1,400 was gonna come into effect when Biden come into office.
So wait a minute. They sending out checks starting tonight?
Yeah,
tonight.
If you got direct deposit. If you filed your taxes with direct deposit, then you're gonna be one of the first people to get it.
Well, shit, I'm gonna check my account when I get off of the.
I've been checking mine the whole podcast. Not yet.
It ain't in there.
Not yet. Okay.
Personal question for y'all. Y'all think your thing's gonna be better with Biden in office, or you think it's gonna get worse, or it's gonna stay to about where it's at right now?
Yes
and no. I say for any president, I don't think none of them get in there and be righteous for nothing. Right. They all just want the power and do what the fuck they want to do.
Right. I will say
that's why I don't go vote for now president.
I would say this though. We could have put a Billy Goat in office and would have been better than Trump. But Biden ain't nobody's savior. You know what I'm saying? He part of the same elite system that's been fucking us since we've been here. So I mean, I don't kind of the same thing like when Barack Obama got elected. Everybody was happy about that, rightfully so. But then
black president.
Yeah, but after all of the hoopla and shit, it's like I'm like, wait a minute, how is this really going to affect my life directly? You know what I'm saying? When you get past the ego and when you get past the pride of, yay, we did it. But then it's like, he was part of the same shit too, honestly. He was black, but he was part of the same system.
Yeah.
So there are things that do directly affect me. Like, for instance, when one regime is in there, things are a little bit easier and lean towards my line of work. Like if we have a Democratic president, and the different lobbyists, our unions kind of be in their pockets and shit and deal with them. So it makes our work conditions a little bit better. Now, when a Republican is in office, like we just had, the company, the corporations, they pay them out, they cash them out. So they look out for them. So it's less regulations and stuff. So our work environment becomes harsher. So there are elements that directly affect us all when we're voting and shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, it's still, the oldest system in the world is the rich staying rich and the poor staying poor. They just call it different. They put a different ocracy on it, and it, democracy, whatever, different ism to it, and it's still it's still all aristocracy. That's what we still living under, an aristocracy. You know what I'm saying? Which meaning the rich gonna keep their fucking money and they gonna keep us poor.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah, let them tell the rich, rich get rich and trickle down to us, but it don't trickle down to us.
Man, ain't shit gonna trickle down.
If something's still beside it, like
ain't shit trickling down. That shit ain't shit. They greedy. They keep the shit, man. Ain't no reason, ain't no way we should be living in a world where you can go somewhere exclusive and buy a steak for like $5,000. It's a steak. You're going to eat it. It's going to be gone. You're going to shit it out, but you paid $5,000 for it. But it's people homeless. You get what I'm saying? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Where
you possible that they got enough money and food to feed people around the world, but America is
they throw it away. Yeah, and you throw restaurants. I've worked at restaurants. It's food thrown away every day. Thrown away. You can't. You ain't allowed to give it to nobody. But it's somebody probably within a couple of blocks that could really that would really appreciate and need that food that's being thrown away. It's greed. It comes down to greed, honestly. Everybody.
I used to work at McDonald's. Yeah. Where homeless people come in and be like, they hungry and they have to give them like a cheeseburger and a fries, some shit. I think they didn't stop that shit now.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sad
going back to what Trump, like, it's going to take more than 8 years to clean up the mess he done in 4.
So undo, yeah, no doubt. Same thing Obama had to do after Bush.
And then what Obama did got undone.
In 4 years.
In 4 years.
4 years. Right. But I think that's a game they play with us too. They got us looking at, this 2-party system. Like those are only choices that we can relate to. If we feel this type of way, I'm a Democrat or I'm a liberal. If I feel this type of way, I'm a conservative. Honestly, there's ideas from both sides that resonate with me. So I can't really even say I'm a Democrat. I lean towards the Democrat stuff because it makes more sense to me in my immediate surroundings. You know what I mean? But there are some ideas that are considered conservative that resonate with me too, like spiritually and all, different things. But I think that's done on purpose. To give us that illusion of choice. Like, it's 2 parties. When it comes down to it, we free and we have a choice. But they give us these 2 people, like choose one of these motherfuckers. So that ain't freedom of choice.
Right.
Nope.
I would have chose Kanye. I'm just playing. I wouldn't have chose Kanye.
Facts.
Man, I don't think he could.
Y'all just heard that record scratch like shrimp.
No, I wouldn't have chose Kanye, man. He out his
Shit,
mind.
fuck it. Let his
Hey,
ass
I
get
still
up in
got
there.
I still got love for Kanye, man. They be, knocking Kanye. That's my dude. But you can't forget about the late registration and all that shit and all the beats he done made, man. That's still Kanye. I don't agree with the shit that be coming out his mouth lately, but that's his business, But the man is a musical genius, you know, and
Yeah,
he's
but I think
a
he in with that
true
shit
artist.
though.
You think what?
He tied in with that bullshit.
He might be. I don't know, man, because
But he didn't went vacant for
Track
music
record
though.
say that anybody that fuck with them Kardashians be fucked up. So
the Kardashian curse. I think that's what
Yeah.
it is. I think that's what's
they
wrong
said
with
that's a brood of witches.
Yeah. That ain't too far fetched to me, man. When you look at them and how they gain their fame and all that stuff. And
I don't know what the
stuff.
fuck the daddy was
seen
How
thinking
they
about.
gain their fame, man? Because wouldn't nobody know about the rest of them if it wasn't for Kim. You know what I mean?
Right. And how did she
Maybe
gain
Chloe.
her fame?
If Robert Kardashian was still alive, that might be another story. But they known because the middle child is a whore. And then it kind of like, I mean, I can't say like Courtney and Chloe was the same, but I'm pretty sure they both in that same direction.
I thought they
You gotta
probably
look
wait a
gained it
minute.
from
What
when Chloe went with Oprah.
Started fucking with.
Wasn't her father like an attorney, like a high
Yeah, he was
profile
on
In the
attorney?
OJ trial.
He was on the Dream
Yeah,
Team. Robert
yeah,
Kardashian,
right,
OJ
right.
Dream Team.
So, but ain't Robert the one gendered?
No, that's
No.
Bruce
That's
Jenner.
was stepdaddy.
Bruce Jenner. That's Bruce Jenner.
Bruce
That
Jenner,
was
the
the old
Olympic hero
Olympic
that turned
dude,
into
yeah.
a female.
That's correct. They did that to
That
him
shit was
too.
sick.
Hey,
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Right.
Hey,
That's what I was getting to.
y'all gotta watch that Death to 2020. Dog was on there and said I was a DJ for a gender reveal party that was gender fluid or some shit like that. So how the fuck you have a gender reveal party for
a gender fluid? Yeah,
a kid that ain't got no gender, baby?
It's getting out of control,
Shit
man.
crazy,
I understand like people want their freedom and want to be able to live how they want to live. And if they grown, that's their business. But where is the fucking line, man? Where is, you know what I'm saying? Like there has to be some type of
You can't draw no lines, man. Once you start saying this is acceptable, you gotta accept
then it
everything
keep going.
else.
Then it keep going, and that's what's happening. Yep, it's getting
And
ridiculous.
then what happens is the people that don't agree with it, they become criminals.
Yeah, people get mad because if I, refer to her, I see a female, and I refer to as her. I've had people, wait a minute, man. Yeah, I'm like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? You got titties. You know what I'm saying? So to me,
It came a long.
It's like, how am I supposed to know that? You know what I'm saying?
He came a long way from an old man sitting in his house in a dress and some high heels on a quiet evening by himself till now. He done got up and left out the house.
Yes, it has.
And he wants his rights. Well, her rights.
Right. You can't forget about that Buffalo Bob period neither now.
What's that?
Buffalo Bill. Yeah, when he was in the mirror,
Silence of the Lambs.
You had to go from that quiet evening in the house to Buffalo Bob to where we at now.
Harming people.
Right. Yeah, man.
Like looking in the window like, I fuck me.
I think the movie is even called Girls Don't Cry or Boys Don't Cry with Hilary Swank.
What's that all about?
Okay, so Hilary Swank play a chick that's trying to be a dude. Long story short, at the end of the movie, she get raped and murdered by her love interest brothers.
Brothers?
But it took
by her brothers?
Yeah, okay, so she fell in love with this girl, and the girl fell in love with her back. Eventually, the girl ended up finding out that Hilary Swank was a girl, but she loved Hilary anyway, so she didn't care. But then when the brothers found out, because, they was cool with her, or him, whatever the hell it was supposed to be, and when they found out, they was mad that they was deceived, so they ended up beating the shit out of her, raping her, and killing her.
And see, that's some sick, twisted stuff right there.
It is.
Yeah,
but
how did they not
took
know
for shit like that to keep happening to those type of people in order for them to start putting these laws in place to be like, well, they human too. But at the end of the day, if I walk outside the house and somebody be like, nigger, and kill me, ain't shit too much for that happen.
I was just about to say, have y'all noticed how that whole movement has surpassed our plight. It seemed like
Yeah,
they've
but you
gained
know,
more ground and
they
equality in a smaller time than we have as black people in this country.
well,
Right.
you know, all of that was a part of the civil rights movement. You know, we was just trying to get equality for black folks, but the Latinos piggybacked off of it, the
Which
homosexuals
which
piggybacked
I
off
ain't
of it,
mad.
and
They
the
down too.
feminist movement piggybacked off of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And and and, and,
It's a
and it
book.
kind of it minimized ours because
Yeah,
all
it
of the
did.
all of the latter that you mentioned has made more progress than we have.
You know,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And it's stagnated our progress.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's a
and
book
only
called
time we get progress is when they try to align with us, like, yeah, just like the black people. You know what I mean? Like, no, wait, no, this is a different. And do what you do. Like I said, if you grown, who you sleep with is your business. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
that's not my
Right.
plight. That's not my plight. That's not what what I struggle for. You know, that's not the same thing. I don't like. I get offended when people align that with me. And am I saying? And that's the thing. You can say something just like I said about the gay community, and you can be you can be hurt. Like,
Ostracized.
yes. Now, did I say anything offensive? I don't think I did. I'm not. I'm not downplaying. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. If whoever you sleep with and you grown and it's consensual, that's your business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? But saying something like that could just ruin my, be like, just ruin all kinds of shit for me because I said that. But you say nigga, or you can show a black man being murdered on Facebook, all this different
Mm-hmm.
shit. Nothing. Ain't
Nothing.
nobody like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying?
Like
I don't like that shit.
it was this book that I had read called I can't remember the name of the author, but it's called My Soul Look Backs and Wonders, and it talks about, you know what I'm saying, basically the civil rights movement and how everybody, like I said earlier, piggybacks off of that shit.
Mhm.
That's the problem with that shit, like, because Malcolm said, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace, brother Malcolm said, we should motherfucking segregate ourselves and
Separate.
handle our
Yeah,
situation. Not to say that we
yeah.
can't deal with everybody else, but until we get us right, we don't
That's right.
need
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
If we got a movement going on, no, you can't join it. Sorry.
Black Wall Street was a perfect example of that, of
Yeah.
what we could do by ourselves. You know what I mean? And Martin Luther King even said before his death, he said he something around the lines of, I
Burn the
think
building.
we integrated into a burning house or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yep. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, segregation. I'm not. I get that point. I do get that point. But I think I'm reaching more towards harmony with all, because I think ultimately we all are human beings. Is it possible? I don't know. It don't seem that way. You get what I'm saying? But that's what I'm reaching for, because
I don't want segregation, but I do want, you know what I'm saying, I want for my people to be straight, though, you know what I mean, and
yeah,
stop being
that's
like,
your first priority.
we constantly
Us,
looked at as less than everybody else. You know what I mean? You would think
yeah.
in 2020 that things would be a little bit better for people that got darker skin, and it don't work that way, man. And I hate to keep,
I
you
agree.
know,
I agree. Yeah.
for us to sit here and talk about this, we'd be labeled as racist, and I don't feel racist at all because I fuck with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe in race to begin with. I
Same here.
believe it's only one race, the human race.
Human
But
race. Word up.
we need something, you know what I mean? Like, and at the point, like, with all this shit going on, and like that's why I said y'all really need to watch that shit that was on Netflix, man, because they were
I'm gonna
talking
check it
about,
out.
yeah, like
I just tried to search it. They must took it off.
everybody came together, like, yeah, police stop killing black people, but at the end of the day, yes, they do need to stop killing black people, but that's not the end all. It's not the answer to, you know what I'm saying, the black
That's
folks'
a
life.
minimum. That's a minimum
Yeah,
of what we need.
that should be a
At
standard.
the
You know what I mean?
least.
That should be a bare minimum standard right there. Don't
Right.
kill
Yeah.
innocent
Stop
black people.
killing it. What to say to touch on what you were saying about basically what I get is like, as far as segregation, um having your group be first priority to you. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Perfect example. Like, you got friends, family, or whatever, but you look at the priority without even thinking about it. Your first priority is everybody in your household. You know, I care about the brother across the street, but I care about my son more and my wife more. You get what I'm saying? I have to feed them. I have to provide for them. So that's going to naturally be a higher priority for me than what's outside of my house. And on a macro scale of that, that's just what you're saying. It's like, it's not like I hate other people, but we got to get home right first. Is that what you're saying? Like, we got to, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because, you know, they'll sit here and like, well, you know, $1 will flip 10 times in the Jewish community before it leave that community.
Oh, man. It stay in our hand for 5 minutes.
Certain things we need to do to uplift ourselves and build ourselves up. First and foremost, we need to learn how to be a family unit, get the fathers back into the households. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I think that would make a tremendous difference. We need to learn how to get along with our spouses, because apparently men don't know how to treat women and women don't know how to treat men. So, you know, I think that's an issue overall. If you look at it like, get past color now, you know, the numbers on people getting married is way down, man, and that's for a reason.
Yes, it is, because they see the examples of the married people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no good.
I think we, you know, a lot of us learn how to grow up and deal with dysfunctionality.
We comfortable with it.
Yeah.
We're familiar with the dysfunctional shit. So
even
we just roll with it.
You can just be like, well, I know how to maneuver.
I know how to navigate through this shit. Yeah. I know how to navigate through this shit. So it's toxic as hell. It ain't cool. And then you're recycling it because you're showing your kids that that's normal. And so they you know, they continue that shit. They unintentionally find spouses and mates or whatever that kind of can relate to that too. They test them. They see how, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, they see the familiarity in their toxicity. So they gravitate towards toxic people and they recreate that. And that just goes for we're the products of that. That's way before us. You get what I'm saying? So we're living proof of that. And what I try to do is I try to leave as many toxins out, because I know I'm gonna pass some of them. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm only human. So I'm gonna pass some of them.
It's built into your DNA, man.
Right,
You're gonna pass your DNA down. So whatever traits that you start to learn and build, it's automatically gonna become part of yourself. And when you pass on your code to somebody else, that becomes a part of them. They already genetically exposed.
So I'm trying to heal as much as I can and pass down the minimal amount to my seeds. You know what I'm saying? You know, I told them too. I said, look, you know, when y'all start y'all families and y'all grown and everything, y'all gonna have some legitimate gripes about how I raised you. You know what I'm saying? But just know that I did my best, you know, and there's some shit that y'all didn't have to deal with because I made it that way. Y'all could have easily had, you know what I'm saying? There's some shit. Y'all think I was bad. You wouldn't have survived my childhood. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I mean, we all out here trying to figure it out. I don't give a damn. A motherfucker could be a multi-billionaire and be motherfucking 60-something years old. You think that motherfucker know everything there is to know?
No, ain't no fucking way. No fucking way. Yeah. And so, you know, money don't change. You know, it's some rich ass miserable motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Look how many rich people blow their head off and shit. Yeah. No doubt. Like Trump is a perfect example of a rich idiot. You know?
He's a nigga for sure.
No doubt.
Hey y'all, we are running long right now.
Dang, that went by quick.
Yeah,
I must have been talking a lot.
Everybody got anything they want to plug or anything?
Yeah, I got a video dropping. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to drop it New Year's night. It's part of my upcoming album called 21 Days. That'll be out at the top of the year too. Uncle Ray on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever. UNKLE capital RAY. Uncle Ray. Go check me out.
All right. Big up to podcast. I see you got the hoodie on, Rick.
Yeah, where my hoodie at?
Man, I gotta go to around the corner to the post office, send it off.
Okay.
I got you though.
Okay.
But
praying for better days.
Yeah.
What's that?
Said 2021, praying for better days.
Definitely.
I'm gonna watch that pandemic shit on Netflix.
Shit, I might check that out too. Good looking out, Ashton, for stopping through.
No problem.
We
All right.
appreciate that, Mill.
Yeah,
All right, y'all.
it's been real.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night, man.
All
You
right.
too.
All right, man.